Hi Stampers, we are having a strawberry bonanza today. So I'm going to show you a fun project with the, oh my gosh, there's little flowers punched everywhere, Sweet Strawberry Stamp Set. And today's card is a fun card that moves. It is a strawberry spinner card. So you can wind it up before you put in the envelope, and then when your friends open it, then they have that fun little spin element. So I am going to show you how to make the spinner first, but you're going to want to stay tuned after that because I have some really great tips about the strawberry punch and how to make the most of it and how to make every piece you punch out of it count and not have like a bunch of little tiny scraps everywhere that are just cluttering up your space. So it's a great secret. Ready? Let's pull you guys down here. Okay, so today I have our, you can tell I've been making strawberries. I have our card that features the Sweet Strawberry Stamp Set and the coordinating punch, but it also uses the Very Delightful Designer Series paper. Here's some of the pieces of it. Let's see, there's some backs of it. Absolutely beautiful, and it is available as a free celebration item with a berry blessing set. So if you have questions about how that works, ask them here or watch some of my other strawberry videos. But I am going to start off with this spinner card. So this is one of the tutorials. So if you want the printed directions for this, it's a LovenStamps tutorial this month, and you can get that PDF, printable PDF, by ordering from my online store in January, any size order. So first thing you're gonna do is you're going to take your 2 1/4 inch punch, and I slide it right in the center and just pop that out right there, okay? Then I have a piece of paper that is cut to 3 3/4 by 5, and I'm gonna punch this one too. Except I'm not gonna put my punch all the way in. I'm gonna start with it all the way in, and I'm gonna back it off maybe about 1/4 inch, okay? So that we have that punch. Because what we want is we want these two pieces to fit, can you kind of see there? Fit inside each other just like that, okay? So let's talk about the spinner element now. So what I'm gonna do for that is use some linen thread. I found this in the back of a drawer when I did my move. If you haven't watched LovenStamps Studio Tours, I highly recommend it. Some great tips there on organizing your space and finding things that you didn't realize you still had. Okay, so I'm gonna lay this across here, and those videos, by the way, are available on my blog. And then I'm just gonna use Seal Plus. So in the printed tutorial for this, if you have that one from placing your order, I went ahead and used tear tape because it's easier to see in the pictures that are included in that tutorial, but I was gonna show you the tear tape. I can't. Oh, here it is. I use tear tape because it's a little bit easier to see in the photos, but here I'm just gonna use Seal Plus because it's a little quicker for me. And I am going to run it across the top, but be careful you don't go too high because remember there's gonna be an edge here. So any Seal Plus that goes over the edge of your circle, just sort of squish back with your fingers. And then I'm gonna show you a tip here that you might not have seen before on this card. One of the sadnesses of this type of card is that you don't want the string to pull out because it's really thin. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna bring it back around and secure the ends also in my adhesive. See how that works? So that is a really good tip for you to make sure that it doesn't pull out really easily because let's face it, I mean, if you got this card, you would want to be swinging that little panel over and over again, right? Okay, so now I'm gonna add some more adhesive on this side. I'm going to fold up any adhesive that pops over the edge, and then I'm going to line this up. Oh, I didn't quite get it folded. Line this up on this side. There we go. If your borders aren't exactly perfect, don't fret about it, that it's not gonna show because it's the same colors on the inside. But I'm gonna flip that over to this side now and you can see the front. So let's talk about the circle element that's going to go in there. What I wanna do is punch some pieces, I'll use this piece here, that are going to be our circle base. And I'm gonna stamp this on here and then I can pick and choose where I want my circles to punch. I'm using the 1 1/2 inch circle punch. And this month for the LovenStamps monthly tutorials, well, every month, I pick a limited supply list that you can use over and over again to make all of the projects, all 4 projects. And actually this month it might almost be 8 projects because I'll have blueberry examples for a lot of them too. So anyway, that supply list are things you'll use over and over again because I want to make sure that you're using what you get. So let's pull this back in here. Oh, here, I'll turn this one around so you can also see that. I'm going to pull this back in here and I am going to go ahead and put my Seal Plus on here. Now, it's really tempting to run your Seal Plus like right along this line there, but I find that that's not the best answer because I want it to, if it gets a little off to the side, I still want it to, I still want it to grab. So resist the temptation to run one strip down the middle. All right, and then I'm gonna take this on the other and I might pop this adhesive at a little different angle. And I am going to put this right on top there. So now you can burnish with your finger, make sure your ink's really dry. Now we have our circle element, okay? So this is gonna be kind of the basis of our card. You wanna think about what's gonna show through that hole when you stamp. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this again, and I want some of my greenery to show through on the closed card. So I'm gonna pop these strawberries on like that. And remember to keep rolling your wrists. So keep on rolling when you use the Seal Plus, and then it will always be ready for you. It kind of further advances itself. All right, pop that on there. And so now we have a little bit of background there where that green is gonna pop through. So I promised you tips on the strawberry punch. All right, it is a really, really great tool. It has these 4 elements that are all on here at the same time. So when I first started using this, I would stamp a strawberry and punch it, and I would have a ton of scrap, like little bits and pieces flying everywhere, but then I would never have the like extra stems that I needed. So here is the tip for you. It's a little different than this tip that I've used before because it uses multicolor stamping. So what you wanna do is you wanna start off by punching yourself a template. It doesn't matter what color cardstock you use. You just want to make your template. And I am going to then position my stamps, and I chose to use the backgrounds for these, but you could use the fronts too. This stamp set, I like doing the backgrounds first and then the fronts on top. All right, and then I'm gonna pick those up with 1 black. And you're thinking, okay, that's great, Meg, but that's only the green parts. What about the red and the yellow? All right, we'll get there, I promise. So what I'm gonna do is I have this paper, which is cut to about 3 inches because it's gonna fit my hole punch. I'm gonna take my template and pop it on here. And the first one doesn't really have to be done through the template, but it's gonna help me to position. And in fact, I might just kind of take this away. Okay, so I've got my green elements on there. All right, then I'm gonna take my template. I'm going to line it up. All right, then I'm gonna take my real red strawberry base and I'm gonna stamp it through the template, okay? Just like that. Then I am gonna take my flower, which is gonna be Daffodil Delight. I'll peel that backing off there. Oh, I just thought I was gonna do the backgrounds first and then I peeled the wrong half off. We'll go ahead and do that. Sometimes I don't always use the inside layer for the flower, so. All right, make sure your template stays straight. And then, ta-da, stamping through there. All right, now before you punch, I do kind of like to go back and add my shadows like this, or not the shadows, but add the detail lines, okay? So then you're not like tracking all the pieces down to punch them. And then do you get how this is going here? We are going to end up with all of our pieces all stamped and punched at the same time. I know this is living dangerously. Put this yellow flower on top of it. Whew, we made it. All right, strawberry punch. 1 shot punching here. And look at that. All perfectly lined up, all multicolor images and everything where I want them, okay? All right, so let's see, we actually need a couple of those. I have some extra pieces already done for us here though. And so a tip on the strawberries, when you add those tips, I like to use the multi-purpose liquid glue because it gives me a second to kind of reposition if I want to. and then has us stick those strawberry pieces down. For our spinner card, I am going to bring this back here. This one's pretty dry. Make sure you wait till that strawberry is dry before you pop that on there. And I am going to pop a Stampin' Dimensional on here. I am going to add my strawberry. Make sure that all the strawberry parts are going to swing clear of the edge of your card. You don't want it to get caught up on the edge there. So I give it some generous space. And then I'm gonna take my little tiny guy with a mini Stampin' Dimensional and pop this on this side. And add this here to our card. Now, I have purposefully made them go off the edge of my card because on the back, I'm gonna take the reciprocal elements, the same things, and I am going to line them up with the outline. Okay, so you wanna make sure your stems are positioned pretty well the same. And you'll notice that this time I am actually popping them down flat. So where'd my other flowers go? Oh, there's one. I'm actually popping them down flat. You could pop them up. I was just thinking twice about how much dimension there would be and whether it might get caught on the edge of my card, but looks like it would probably work fine. Okay, so there is our little spinner element and our pieces that go together. So the part of this card that then is for the front, you're going to take a piece of the Daffodil Delight cardstock, or Daffodil Delight cardstock, and the Very Delightful Designer Series paper. They're cut, let's see, 1.5 inches tall for the designer and 1 3/4 for the cardstock. And then they're 4 1/4 inches wide to match our card front. And again, all these sizes are listed for you in the tutorial if you place an online order in my store in January. So, all right, then we're gonna add some greeting here, and the greetings in this stamp set are terrific. I have this one double mounted. It's the happy birthday one. Let's see. I know this is stamping upside down for you guys, but easier for me to get straight when I'm not working completely upside down. And then I'm gonna pop a banner tail on there. You can, of course, use the banner tail end punch if you want to get that square each time. I'm gonna put a dimensional on the back, pop that across there, and then I still have a strawberry and a leaf available. So I'm going to pop this on. I don't know if you watched my Holiday Helper videos, but I talked a lot about keeping all the extra pieces in your box. So like if you have extra leaves left over from your stamping and your, oh, I have one with a lid on it. A strawberry lid, is that a thing? If you have extra pieces left from your crafting, just hang on to them, pop them into the stamp case so that you have them available. So like here's an extra little tag that I had made. So you never know, it's kind of like a Christmas surprise, belatedly, if you open a stamp box and there's extra pieces for a project. So, all right, and then last and certainly not least, we have to add our resin heart embellishment. And these are part of the snail suite, which I also adore. But we're gonna go ahead and use it here. And ta-da! There we have one extra little seed heart-shaped and our fun spinner card, which is sure to be a big hit. So this goes with a couple of our other strawberry, get you guys straight here, a couple of our other strawberry projects this month. Here is one of the others that I've shared. They're the little box bags with a circle greeting or circle punch bottom, which is kind of a twist on this idea if you've seen it on my blog before from past years. But same supply set, lots of cool ideas for these, and they would be kind of a fun little match to go with our spinner cards. So stay tuned for more strawberry projects, as if you didn't need more reasons to add this to your shopping cart in January, but it is a fantastic bundle. And of course, when you get the punch and the stamp set together as one, then you get a discount on those. And if your order is $50, then you get a Sale-a-bration item for free from this snazzy little catalog. And if you have a whole bunch of things you want, especially because it's the beginning of a brand new mini catalog, ta-da, then you will want to put those together so that you can get the berry stamp set and the berry delightful designer series paper for free. So we had a demonstrator vote back in December to predict which of the Sale-a-bration papers we thought would be the most popular. And there's 2 other papers in here that you can pick out for free, the ombre paper and the, what's the other one called? The ombre paper and the, paper blooms, which is also really pretty. And the ombre is gonna be very popular, I think, too. But I am pushing for Berry Delightful to be the top one. I think these colors just make me happy. And when it is sometimes drab outside in different parts of the country at this time of year, something delightful, something berry delightful is always a nice pickup. So I look forward to sharing more projects with you soon. I hope you guys have a great stamping day, and thanks for watching. Happy stamping!